But well, since they're late, let me explain what we did yesterday very quickly.
What
Okay, so
I
you remember what?
yes,
Well, you remember that last week we were talking about how to use tag questions to confirm information, check information, and to get another person to agree, right?
yeah.
Right. Well, in yesterday's we also discussed tag questions, but this time specifically with shouldn't you, couldn't you, and there's one more.
Mike,
How did I forget it? And I gave the lesson yesterday. All right. Shouldn't you, couldn't you, or not mine? Can you check your book? Which one is? Should you, couldn't you? Okay, well, let me check my book. Couldn't you? Uh, wouldn't it? Okay. Wouldn't it? That's what it is. Okay. Now, for shouldn't you and couldn't you, you can use the subject you. And wouldn't it, you use wouldn't for things. And this is how you give advice normally. Like, you know, if I have a problem, I think I told you one earlier. I was like, I have a hard time sleeping at night. I have a hard time sleeping at night, and that's a common problem for a lot of people. Now, one of the things you can say is you should you should I got a dog. You should exercise before bed. Um, and well, this advice is very direct. You know what I mean? It's very direct. You should
Yeah.
exercise before bed. And sometimes when we give advice and it's very direct, it doesn't sound good to the person receiving it. You know what I mean? And you know, these days people are very sensitive. If you say something like something small and it will make the person sad or angry, you know, they're very sensitive these days. Um, so instead of saying something this direct, you should exercise before bed, you can use a tag question. Um, yeah, you can say, you should exercise before bed, shouldn't you? Or you can even say, you could exercise before bed, couldn't you? And and it's like, here, I'm giving you my suggestion, but I say, couldn't you? So it's like, I'm just presenting it, but I'm not telling you. It's your decision. It's just my help. It's just my opinion. And it sounds way better. And this way right here, it's, you know, less direct and it sounds more friendly. You know, if I say, Andres, you should exercise before bed. It's like, why, man? Am I fat? But if I say, you could exercise before bed, couldn't you? It's a question.
okay.
So you're thinking, maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. You know, it's less direct. Tell me, tell me. I'm gonna close my door. My window. Is the fan making a lot of noise, Andres? Or it's okay?
It's okay.
Okay. All right. And yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Ismael, welcome, man. How are you doing?
Okay.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, let's practice a little bit. Now, I am going to I'm going to tell you a problem that I have, and you need to use the tag questions to give me some advice. All right, both of you, both of you. So let me give you some context. Okay, imagine this. I'm I'm 18 years old. I'm 18 years old, and I have a date with a beautiful girl from my school. But I don't have a car. So I don't have a car, and there is no public transportation like in here in Acapulco. Only cars and Ubers. Um, so I'm 18 years old, and I have a date with a beautiful girl from my school. Very sexy, one of the best girls at the school. But I don't have a car. Give me some advice, Andres and Ismael. What can I do, man?
You have a car? If you have a car,
I don't have a car.
you should take um, like a bus, shouldn't you?
Man, I said that we don't have public transportation.
Oh, you should get or buy a bicycle, shouldn't you?
Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Good one. Ismael, can you help me, man? Can you give me a better solution?
You should walk with here.
Should walk. Whoa. But use a tag question, man.
Oh,
Use a tag
okay.
question.
Shouldn't you?
Shouldn't you? Okay, great. I see that you're using should a lot, and that's fine. But let me give you a little tip. The most common ones and the ones that sound better are the tag questions with could. Okay? With could. All right. So let me give you another situation. My I want to buy a new cell phone. I want to buy a new cell phone. Um, it costs 20,000 pesos, but I don't have 20,000 pesos, and I already promised my mom that I would buy the cell phone for her. I only have 15,000 pesos. What do you think I can do?
You could search a promotion,
Search for a promotion,
couldn't you?
right? Good people. And this?
You you should work extra hours in your job, shouldn't you?
Shouldn't you? All right, great, great. Welcome, Jackie. All right, all right. Oh, I have a good one. I have a good one, and this is going to be interesting. I have a group. I am a teacher, an English teacher, and I have a group that I have a group that, you know, doesn't like to study English. But I'm going to have this group for 6 months, but they don't like English. What can I do to help those students? Use tag questions. What can I do to help those students? Hmm? What can I do? What can I say? How does it feel? No advice. Come on, I want to hear your perspective as a student. What can I do? My children, my students, they don't like English, but they need to take classes with me for 6 months. What can I do as a teacher to help them, to give them a great class? Or simply, what can I do?
You should study about a new or a good class, shouldn't you?
Study for a good class, okay? Jackie, give me some advice. Jackie, Ismael, Jackie.
You could play while they are learning, couldn't you?
They were learning. Nice one, nice one. And Mr. Carranza?
You could give some candies.
Give some candies. Okay, nice. Um, whenever we return to school, I will give you some candy. Okay? And well, this is all for the review. Ismael and Jackie, thank you for doing your homework. But I must ask, did you speak in English the whole conversation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Was it difficult or easy?
Easy.
Easy. Did you like doing that activity or not? Be honest.
Really
More or
no.
less.
Yes, okay. Ismael said no. And Jackie, what'd you say?
More or less.
More or less, more or less. Why, Ismael, why do you say that you didn't like it?
I never have a phone call with my friends, and why I'm call my classmates.
Oh,
It's
okay, okay.
strange for me.
Yes, yes. Good point, good point. And Jackie, why do you say more or less? What do you think? What do you think is a problem? Or what can we do to make it better? Or why didn't you like it a lot?
I don't like it because when I do a phone call, it's in Spanish, not in English. So
Ah,
that's weird.
okay. So well, mostly Ismael doesn't like it because well he doesn't like to talk to people on the phone, and Jackie because it's kind of weird to talk in English, right? So okay. But do you think that that activity helped you or no?
Yes.
Yes. How about you, Ismael? Do you think it helped you?
More or less.
More or less. Okay. Great. Well, I'm sorry that you didn't like it that much, Ismael and Jackie. But I I think that it was a good thing to do. And I know maybe we're not comfortable talking on the phone in English, but doing little stupid activities like that will help you more with anything in the future. All right. So I know you didn't like it, but I appreciate your participation. All right. Now let me ask Yasmin. Yasmin, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes. Okay. Well, first, how are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. So, Yasmin, did you like the activity you did yet last night, talking on the phone, or not? Be
Next.
honest. No.
No.
Okay. Why? Why didn't you like it?
While Jackie and me had the car, I have to take her my nice and at this hour.
Ah. Okay. Okay. So it was not a good time.
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will be more considerate of that next time. Okay. Okay. But again, thank you everybody for doing it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And let me explain what we're gonna do today. Today we're gonna finish the lesson from yesterday. Um, and yesterday was a conversation class. So today is also gonna be a conversation class. And our objective for today is to use expressions like it's hard to say when a question is difficult to answer quickly and to give us more time. All right.
What does mean in Spanish?
Oh man, I don't speak Spanish.
Oh, well, in English, what does?
Hey, it's hard. It's hard to say. Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example on this. Maybe with an example, it will be clearer.
Or to say, I read today. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was a typo. Yes.
Okay, I understand more.
Yes. Okay. Now, yesterday I gave these guys an example of when is no what is your favorite restaurant? And me personally, I don't have an immediate answer for this question. So I can say, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. And, whenever you say this, the other person knows that it's a difficult question and that you need time to think. So, what is your favorite restaurant? It's hard to say. I think Los Tarascos is my favorite. You know, so that expression, it's hard to say. It's an expression that lets the listener know that it's difficult and that you need time to answer. And there are three questions like this. It's hard to say. That's a tough one. And that's a good question. Or simply, good question. All right. So those three are going to be our focus for today. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. That's a tough one. Tough. Oh my God. And tough, it just means difficult. Okay, that's a tough one. It's a difficult one. That's a difficult one. All right. And well, let's begin. Please open up your book to page 103. All right. Well, it's hard to say. Ismael, could you read what it says in the blue chart, please?
The strategic clues, it's hard to say. You can use expressions like this when a question is difficult to answer. It's hard to say. That's a good question. That's a so one.
Yes, yes. All right, everybody, repeat after me. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
Hard to say.
That's a good question.
That's a good
That's a
question.
good question.
That's a tough one.
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
That's a tough one.
Yes, remember, sometimes the OUGH will make the sound uff. So in this case, tough sounds like tough, okay? That's a tough one. It's a difficult one, complicated one. So, Yasmin, can you read the instructions for pair work, please?
As where the question use expression above when the question is difficult to answer.
Okay, I want you to take 2 minutes to read the questions, only read, and tell me if you understand every question or not. Okay? Go ahead, take 2 minutes. Okay, do you understand all the questions? Or can I help you clarify some of them? Everything's good?
It's okay.
Okay, Ismael, what do you think? Do you understand the question?
Yeah.
Yes. How about you, Yasmin and Jackie? Do you understand the questions?
Yes.
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 All right. Well, this is what we're gonna do. You're about to interview each other. Okay. So one person is the interviewer, and the other person is the interviewee. You decide, right? And one person asks the questions, and if you have an answer, you have an immediate answer, then answer it normally. But if you don't have an immediate answer, or if the question is difficult, then I would like for you to use these expressions. It's hard to say, good question, or that's a tough one, to take time to think and then to answer it. Okay, so there are 8 questions. It's gonna take a while. You know, I don't want you to say just yes or no. I want you to give more information, you know, extra information. Like number 1, do you think you'd like to be famous someday? Good question. No. That is an example of how I don't want you to answer. Okay, I want you to say, do you think you'd like to be famous someday? It's hard to say. I know I would like the money, but I don't think I would like the paparazzi following me every day and everywhere. You know, I want to live a normal private life. You know, give give a lot of information. You know, be passionate about it. All right. So I'm about to open the breakout rooms. It is 5:09. You're probably gonna need 15 minutes to do this activity. So at 5:25, you're gonna come back to this. All right. Here are some phrases that can help you. Okay, thank you. You've got a good point. All right, nice. You know, use these expressions or phrases after your person answers. Do you think you'd like to be famous someday? That's a tough one. I da 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 da. Okay, thank you. Now, they say everybody gets da da da, you know, so the transition from question to question is smooth. You know, don't make it question, answer, no. Question, answer, transition. Question, answer, transition. All right, so Jackie, you're gonna be with Ismael. Um, and Andres, you're going to be with Yasmin. Please speak as much as possible. All right, don't be shallow. Go into details with your answers. See you at 5:25. Or if you finish early, come back. What did you learn about Ismael? One thing.
Between to be an actor, a singer, or a comedian, you prefer to be a singer.
Oh, okay, nice. And Ismael, tell me one thing you learned about Miss Flores.
She wants to be a actress.
That's nice. Okay. It's good. Jackie, you want to be an actress?
In another life.
Okay. It's just hypothetically.
Yes.
Okay, okay, cool. Yasmin, how about you? What did you learn about Andres?
He doesn't like to be singer because he has a full voice.
Because he has a what?
A full voice.
Mm, okay, okay.
Ugly voice.
All right. Well, thank you, Yasmin. And Andres, how about you? What did you learn about Yasmin?
And she would like to be a singer, and she would like to be in a charge of a large company, and he will keep all your friends if she uh, became famous.
Nice, nice. Okay, she's a real, authentic person. Great, great. And honestly, I could see Yasmin singing. Yasmin looks like the type of girl that can sing. I don't know. Yasmin, do you sing in your free time, in the shower or in your room, in your house, church? Do you sing?
Yes.
Yes. Nice, nice. Yes, the Mexican Adele. All right, so let's begin. Number 3, listening and speaking advice. Andres, could you read the instructions, please?
Yes, and listen to Tom tell George about his band. Answer the questions. Choose A or B.
Great, thank you. All right, so there are some words that I want to explain to you. The first one is gigs. The next one is bookings. Let's see. I think those are the only ones. All right, so a gig is a synonym for a show. All right, so if you are a singer or you're in a band, you have shows in different cities. Or you have gigs in different cities. It's a synonym. All right, and also bookings is the same thing as a show, and or basically any appearance that you have, because not every time that you have a gig you're going to be performing. Maybe it's to sign autographs, or maybe it's to give a speech, a seminar. But whenever you have a gig or a booking, you're going to get paid, right? It's like an event. So Tom is telling George about his band. All right, please read the questions. You have 1 minute to prepare for the audio.
Listening and
All right, here it goes. Remember, the answers are going to go in order.
speaking advice. A. Listen to Tom tell George about his band. Answer the questions. Choose A or B.
Hey, Tom, what's up?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good. How are things with the band?
Well, that's a good question. Things are okay. I mean, we've got some great new songs and stuff, but our main problem is finding places to play. We don't get many gigs.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've been.
What is number 1? A or B?
B.
Yes, the answer is B. They don't get many gigs. All right. Number 2. Where have they played?
Trying to get more places to perform, but it's hard to get into the music industry, you know? I mean, nobody really knows who we are.
Yeah? But you've played at some local clubs, haven't you?
Yeah, but that's about it. I mean, right now we really need to
What is number 2?
A.
At local clubs. Great, great. Continue.
get our name out there, get ourselves known, you know, so we can play at more places.
Well, you could contact the local radio station, couldn't you? That might lead to something. I mean, they support local bands.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And it'd be good to make your own CD, wouldn't it? Then you could send your CD out to radio stations and clubs and things. I mean, it would be really great if you got discovered by a recording company or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it costs money to make a CD. It's not easy.
I think you guys need to get a manager. You know, someone to get you gigs and get your name out there. Get you known.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe if we'd had a manager from the start, we might have been able to perform more.
Yeah. And you know what? I think if you had called yourself something different, you know, had a cooler name, you might have done better.
Yeah?
Yeah. A band's name is important. It's what people remember. It's not too late to change your name, is it? You could still do that, couldn't you?
I guess. Yeah. Nobody knows our name right now. Hey, you have some good ideas, George. Maybe you should be our manager.
Actually, I'd be perfect. You see, I was thinking, another thing you need to do is make sure that...
Okay.
Yeah?
Number 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, we've been trying to get more places to perform, but it's hard to get into the music industry, you know? I mean, nobody really knows who we are.
Yeah? But you've played at some local clubs, haven't you?
Yeah, but that's about it. I mean, right now we really need to get our name out there, get ourselves known, you know?
We really need to get our name out there, get ourselves known. Is that 3 is to get on the radio or to get discovered? What do you think that is? To get our name out there, to get ourselves known. What is that?
To get discovered.
Get discovered. All right, Yasmin, you're on fire. Like Alicia Keys. All right, number 4.
So we can play at more places.
Well, you could contact the local radio station, couldn't you? That might lead to something.
4?
A.
A, yes. And number 5, let's see.
I mean, they support local bands.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And it'd be good to make your own CD, wouldn't it? Then you could send your CD out to radio stations and clubs and things. I mean, it would be really great if you got discovered by a recording company or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it costs money to make a CD. It's not easy.
I think you guys need to get a manager. You know, someone to get you gigs and get your name out there. Get you known.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe if we'd had a manager from the start, we might have been able to perform more.
Yeah. And you know what? I think if you had called yourself something different, you know, had a cooler name, you might have done better.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Number 5?
A.
A. Chosen a different name. and 6.
A band's name is important. It's what people remember. It's not too late to change your name, is it? You could still do that, couldn't you?
I guess. Yeah. Nobody knows our name.
All right, and number 6. What does George think about their name?
B.
B. No. Oh, and sorry. Number 5 was B. You know, Tom is the person with the band. He said they should have found a manager. And what does George think about their name? They need to change their names, right, to something more interesting because that's what people are gonna remember. Okay? All right. So let's do the next exercise. Jackie, could you read the instructions, please? The 3.
I imagine you want to become famous. Choose an idea, belong or think of your own. What would you like to achieve? What problem would you face? Make a list.
Make a list. All right. Sell your artwork, start a band, start an internet company, or write a book. Everybody, choose an idea. Okay, imagine you want to become famous. Which idea do you want? All right, or think of your own. Let's see, Jackie, which one would you like? Hypothetically.
Write a book.
Write a book. Write this for Jackie. Ismael, which one would you like?
So my artwork.
So your artwork. And Yasmin, which one would you like?
Start a band.
Let's start a band. Okay, cool. So imagine you are trying to start a band. You're trying to sell your artwork and you're trying to write a book. Okay, what would you like to achieve and what problems would you face? Okay, so on a piece of paper, I want you to think about 3 problems that you might face. Okay, for example, I want to start an internet company, Fernando. So some problems that I might face are finding a good supplier, you know, somebody to make my products, finding a good supplier, finding the best distribution company. Like, am I going to use FedEx, DHL, Amazon, Mercado Libre? What am I going to use? And also, something that's going to be difficult when starting an internet company is building a reputation. No? Building a reputation, because when you are starting your internet business, many people don't want to buy from you because you don't have a reputation. They don't know about you. They say, only 1 star, only 1 review. It's not a good idea. All right. So that's going to be some problems that I will have. On a piece of paper, write down some problems that you would have if you decided to start one of these things. Okay. Write down 3 problems. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ismael, I'm gonna, well, you tell me, man. Let's imagine that we are, having a normal conversation, all right? And you start telling me about your problems. Hello, Ismael, how are you, man?
Hi, how are you?
It's good. How have you been? How is your business going with your artwork?
For example, I am planning to paint some square, and after I sell online and I send for FedEx. That is the best company of distribution, and here in Mexico. And for the publicity, I guess I post all my square art in social networks like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and things like that.
Okay, yes, and so those are your problems: the publicity and what?
And only this.
Only the publicity is your problem.
And yeah, how and for example, the phone I get sold.
Okay, okay. Well, man, I think well you could sell your products on Facebook Marketplace, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could.
All right, or maybe eBay or something like that. How many pieces of artwork do you have?
Oh, sorry.
How many pieces of artwork do you have?
Uh, I have three pieces of art.
You have three pieces of artwork. Okay, okay. Sounds good to me. And how much money would you like to make for each piece of artwork?
I guess it's depend of the size of the piece. For example, more small, less small, I suppose.
And the bigger, the more money.
Uh-huh.
Nice, nice. Well, yeah, if you need any help, I can help you with the promotions on Facebook and Instagram and things like that. I have some experience with marketing and getting people to see your things, right? So, Ismail, now, can I tell you about my problems?
Yeah.
All right. So, look, man, I want to start an internet company. Specifically one that sells books about learning things in English. But I don't know, I don't know where I can find a good supplier, like who can make my books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you have any advice for me about that or on that?
What?
Do you have any advice for me relating to the finding a good supplier? Like, what can I do? How can I find a good supplier?
Mm, sorry, teacher. I the computer is advice my connection is bad.
Okay.
Again, sorry, teacher. What is
Yeah,
your
yeah.
problem?
I have problems. Like, I don't know who can help me print my books. I don't know.
Okay. Um, you could get a promoter, a sponsor. Yeah, a sponsor. I guess it's correctly called sponsor.
Yeah,
No.
sponsor.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then invest in your project. and print all the copies that you need. Couldn't you?
Yes, I could. Yeah, that's a good idea. And also, you know, I think I will have a problem building a reputation because, you know, I'm a small person. I'm not like famous or anything like that. So, you know, what do you think I can do to build a good reputation?
Um, for example, you could sell in the street for work with a mini car in the street for all people that they walk.
Oh, okay, okay. That's good. That's a good idea, man. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. You're good at this. Well, man, I think we're finished for today. About, you know, we're finished with that. Let's see. Yeah, 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 yeah. You make me feel like, oh, 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 oh. Okay. So, Ismail, how did you feel the lesson for today? Do you think it's a little difficult or easy, or what do you think?
It's easy.
It is easy. It is easy. Now, um, what is one expression that you learned today?
So hard to say. That's a good question. That's so not one. Top one.
Okay, okay, nice, nice. And ladies, thank you for coming back. Now, how did you feel the lesson for today? Do you think it's easy or difficult to use the expressions? It's hard to say. That's a good one. And what else? That's a tough one. Do you think those expressions are easy? Do you think you can apply that to your daily vocabulary? Yes.
Yes.
You know, they're a really good alternative for I don't know. You know, instead of saying I don't know, you can say that's a good question. Give me a minute. I will find it on Google. You know, it's so much better than saying I don't know. I don't know. So you can say that's a good question. And if you don't know the answer, you can just say, give me a minute and I'll find it on Google, right? Because Google has all the answers for general things. Now, if you have a question like something personal, too specific, then maybe Google can't help you. But usually Google does the trick. All right. So that is a lesson for today. That's a good question. It's hard to say, and that's a tough one. All right. Look, Your homework is going to be pages 78 and 79 in the workbook. All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
No? All right. Well, tomorrow we're going to hopefully finish lesson D, and we will have finished unit 11. All right. So Ismael, Jackie, and Yasmin, have a nice evening. All right. Enjoy your night. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
See you.